枪是男人的第二生命。对于所有穿越火线的玩家来说，35基友来开房，笑谈间敌人灰飞烟灭，是挥洒青春最畅快的方式。只可惜，热血青春无穷尽，上线下线会有时啊。没关系，这都不是事儿。有了掌上穿越火线，带你穿越电脑，在手机上获得不一样的 CF 体验，不用对着电脑，一样继续你的 CF 人生。掌上穿越火线是专门为 CF 用户打造的线下移动社区，有了它，你可以随时查看最新的 CF 资讯，进行评论，并与好友互动。这里有新鲜热辣的情报站，集结 CF 攻略、视频、动漫等多元化信息，还有最新最棒的 App 独家福利。在这儿，你还能查看赛程安排，掌握赛事动态，观看直播，参与互动。不耽误1分1秒，就算等车、蹲坑、吃饭、上课，一样长姿势。你的基地你做主，最强功能全集合。这里有我的仓库，实时查看资产动态；火箭百科，最全面的武器信息大全；地图点位，全模式地图攻略，成就大神之路。成了高手，不炫炫怎么行？第一手的游戏数据，这里提供军衔、胜率、KD 值、爆头率、模式等全面战绩查询，酷炫战绩样样让你跪，轻松一键分享，让好友看到你的最强战绩。总之，有了这个他，有兄弟，有身份，有猛料，从此一手掌握。有你，战场才够爽！掌上穿越火线，新战场不下线。掌上穿越火线现已登陆各大应用商店。还在等什么？赶紧下载吧！
Welcome back again here to our final day of competition at the CROSSFIRE Global Invitational. Again, I am Lawif,
joined by
AJ.
And so we had a really close match on the first match right there.
First map, close one.
Yes, but the second man, a little bit PENTA got ruled over by Macta over 10-3.
There, 10-3. Like you said, I think maybe kind of saying, okay, this was over around 7-8-3. And just saying, well, let's go ahead and start thinking about the next map, Port, which I definitely favor PENTA for.
Yes, I think most of the people favor for Port, but as you say, like, they got 10-2 on Port right there. So it's a bit...
But again, as we said, I think even if PENTA is able to pick up this win here on Port...
We're going to Mexico for sure.
We're going into maybe their two weakest maps in Mexico and Ankara, so...
That's going to hurt, so... If I were PENTA, first of all, I was looking for winning in a row, like 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Because
Yeah.
If I were PENTA, if I had those numbers over there, I knew like I want to win that second map.
When we saw the maps come out, we kind of said, these are the three maps we would want. We maybe favor PENTA,
right?
With really the closest one being sub-base. If they can pick up a win there first, we might see a 3-0. But now that Macta did pick up the second map, it's going to be very, very close here moving in towards our later maps. And we're going to have to see PENTA pull something out either on Mexico or Ankara. But they still have to get through Port first, like we said.
So right now, actually from the last map, so normally I would have give like PENTA an 80-20% of them winning that Port map. But right now I'm giving PENTA actually 60 is the toughest I can give to him.
Blame there maybe a little bit of nerves on his face. Bio seeming pretty calm and collected. Definitely what you want to see out of your captain.
So actually I spoke to Revenge and Bio right there. They look pretty, let's say, like they were nervous or something. They were like playing like, oh, it's fun for them. And I was saying, given the looks, right? Hey, what are you looking at?
Yeah, great sense of humor on him. giving another hello, I believe. My lip reading is not my strongest casting attribute, but here we are going to look in towards this port map. Very defensive biased, as we've said so many times here.
Oh, and anyways, I want to speak that like Macta choose the defensive side. They have the defensive side on starting row, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for Macta right there.
That's a little bit surprising that we don't see. I think maybe showing Penta's confidence on this map to say we'll go ahead and take that attacking side. If we can put up 3-4 points, we're already feeling fine, because I do think that they have maybe the best defensive side.
That's not a
on
badass
board.
idea to play attacking side on that map. If you know you're better on that map, you want to play an attacking side, and you get your like leverage on that map. Then you know, like, okay, maximum I can get 2 mistakes right there.
Yeah. That being said, it is always scary. We often see a 6-3 here, and that does feel even. But then if you turn around and somebody picks up that first map on the attacking, or first round on the attacking side, putting it to 7-3, it just feels so bad.
Yeah.
You just see that score line on the scoreboard, and it just it eats at your heart, even though you've played this map so many times, you've seen so many comebacks. But it still has to play on your mind a little bit.
I remember actually our Legends playing against Penta on that. No, our Legends playing against Macta. Our Legends playing against Macta, and Revenge getting pinned down on this map a lot.
Yeah, and making some really over-aggressive plays that maybe weren't necessary because of that feeling maybe I was talking about, where the Russia came out and picked up that first point and put it to 7-3, and Macta started playing really aggressively on the defensive side, maybe not necessary. So yeah, we'll definitely look for them to calm down in this matchup between Macta and Penta on that map. We've seen both teams having good maps here. Penta on sub base and Macta on Black Widow. Hopefully we'll see a closer one. Although maybe not poised to see that, I do expect Penta to win here. But let's get into it. Pacific Macta versus Penta Sports on port. Here we go.
And off we start. Looks like actually I got a bit bad information. No, I got a good information. And Penta starting, no, bad information right there. Penta starting on defensive side. Maybe that's not what I heard from the.
We've seen so many teams have trouble getting into that connector. Blame is able to make it, but yeah, like you said, maybe a little bit backwards. I do still think always defensive side on port for that exact reason we were talking about. Just that feeling of having a positive score line on that defensive side always feels better than having to feel constantly like you're having to come back.
And again, we have Revenge peeking aggressively, playing that duel again, making scene Revenge right there, but getting taken down by Revenge. And that's what you get when you roll the dice. Sometimes you get it done, sometimes you just don't. And also playing a little bit aggressively, picking out, making some cut.
Raging to make a decision here, is able to keep them from exploding onto the site for now at least. And
looks like
NLS has joined him on this site, and I think wisely
Macta has backed away.
Yeah, still a minute on the clock. Plenty of time to do something else. Big play there by Blaine, picking one up in mid. Very aggressive play from him.
Getting tagged
pretty heavily. Is able to get out with his life. Now a 2-man advantage. Krim, I wonder if he might have snuck in there and could have a. Does look like they are aware.
And there goes the second bomb, making some huge damages on him.
And last man standing.
And FaZe comes up with a double kill. Was that up right there?
Yeah, everybody but Luna is picking one up on that round, and very good to see from Penta. Definitely not shaken up by that 10-3 and getting a nice early round win there. ZYK does have the bomb and is dragging it over towards B pretty quickly here. Very pulling that bomb way over there towards B site.
And we still have some problems getting on that box right there.
There he goes.
Raging does pick up ZYK with an headshot right there. Good defensive for B-side right there. And looks like Macta backs away.
Yeah, for me, definitely Port being one of the more movement-intensive maps, or mechanical movement-intensive maps, with some really clever ledges to be stood on.
And here we have Aldrin. Aldrin making some frags go out. Maybe we're gonna have a connector right there. And looks like Penta has a little bit awareness about it.
Yeah, again, we do see Penta getting a pretty early man advantage here, thanks to the play of
Good
Rain.
play and pretty aggressive plays from Revenge again right there.
If he can be a little bit patient here, he might have a really good angle onto.
He sees him, makes that headshot onto FaZe, and FaZe looks having no idea that he was right there.
What great awareness of just, where do I like to sit on that point as Revenge? Because there's a big, long balcony, and he just had FaZe lined up perfectly in that shot. Definitely maybe showing the amount of time he's played Revenge, picking up another one onto NLS.
Coming around, Raging getting fragged by Raging right there. And Bio picking up, and it's a 3-on-1 situation with the bombs down on A side. Raging right there.
Great shot there by Raging. He picked another one up here onto Cram.
He's low on ammo, he needs to reload, and he does that. And coming around, Aldrin sees Aldrin, and Aldrin takes him down.
Yeah, definitely had a shot there if he could have taken down Aldrin to go and try and pull that round back for Penta. And
actually, on this round for me, sorry about that. Actually, on this round for me, Aldrin is playing good enough. He's making those close calls right there and making those duels win, actually.
Yeah, definitely still, though, that early pickup by Revenge, opening up that A site, definitely the most important play of that round for me, at least. And looks like he might try to do it here again. It looks like almost the exact same play. He's going to smoke it out and then maybe try and get back onto that box. I would be very surprised if FaZe was caught sleeping for that play again, though.
We got two persons stacked up on that B side right there, and ZYK a little bit still waiting for it. Throws the bombs right there. Maybe he wants to make a peek right there. Lunas is just up ahead right there, making no noises actually. And both teams are still waiting for it. Time takes down to 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, still quite a bit of time here, though. No need to get anxious for Pacific Macta. It looks like we might have a B hit here as the bomb is going to get picked up by Bayou, and all 5 members of Penta or Macta do seem to be rotating over this way.
Yeah, Penta looks like a bit rotating back to B sides right here.
Looks like Lunas and Blame hopping their way over.
And here comes the flash right there. ZYK taken down by Raging right there. Followed up.
Great positioning here for NLS. He's going to pick up one. He's going to pick up. FaZe getting a dunk there.
And FaZe finish up with a double kill right there, picking up Bio.
Yeah, great positioning there from NLS. Again, playing so patiently. Does have a pretty nasty flash there, otherwise in position to maybe pick up 3 or 4.
Right there, we have Macta over here with 1 point, and that was 2 points. So far, so good actually for Macta.
Yeah, all 5 members of Macta here stacking in towards that mid area. Does look like we've got gonna spread out a bit more here, and I think maybe gonna give Revenge a chance to get something done again.
And FaZe again with that up, waiting for anybody to come for here, and looks like he a little bit changed his positioning from last round, learning
much
some
more
mistakes
aggressive
actually.
here. Much more aggressive angle.
He sees ZYC.
ZYK, and he's definitely going to call that rotation over as once he sees somebody on the bottom of that.
Packs him down from ZYK. ZYK gets taken down. Great play from there. Revenge does peak FaZe right there. And the rotations are coming in as well as Macta through that point.
Lunas taking down the bomb there. And the execute is coming out here. Cram going to come up the staircase right into the crosshairs of Lunas. And Revenge all alone. Very good play from FaZe there. Taking that aggressive angle, getting a peek onto him. And
calling the rotation scene.
As you said before, once you drop down behind that box, that's kind of the point of no return, pretty much signifying an an A hit, calling the rotations over early. Revenge getting her down here in MLS, it looks like. And that's going to be 3-1 now.
3-1, so far so good for Penta, and actually for Macta as well, because they still got 1 point. It's an okay. They can still get more points.
Gonna need to see them pick one up here pretty soon. As
and looks like we have a rush A. Yes, we do. He's calling the rotation. Flash comes up, and looks like Flash is picking up Revenge pistol right there, and he changes to the pistol, coming around, making that quick slow, but unable to take that shot. Lunas does take down Aldrin right there. ZYK trace face down. And Blame followed up, taking down Bio. ZYK taking down Blame right there. Raging taking down ZYK. Suddenly it's a 1-on-3 situation. Clam was able to take down NLS right there, but actually he quickly backs away. But the bombs on side A.
Raging and Lunas need to calm down here a little bit. There's no reason to play this aggressively. You know where the bomb is. Although there is a lot of time on the clock, you're in a good position as long as you stick together and make him come pick up this bomb, and just there's no reason to take any aggressive trades like we did see him peek up and try to make that long distance trade, and not something I'd like to see.
Actually, Cram looks like he's wanting to play a flank right there.
Ooh.
Makes the pick so close, seeing each other right there.
He does take a different angle now, and good idea, because Lunas definitely was looking straight down that line where he was coming.
I think Luna's still looking that line right there, making those double peaks right there, making some noise.
Nice little fake here. A bit of a long road to take, though, to change this angle here.
Not the best idea, but still it's time's taking down to 30 seconds, coming down, making some noise over there. Raging sees him and takes him down with a headshot right there. Ooh.
Definitely one of my favorite player cams to see. Anytime we get to see Raging at the end of a round, always quite an animated person.
Raging statement. When Revenge takes and shot onto Lunas. Great shot from Revenge right there. FaZe returns the favor, taking down Bio right there. And so suddenly it's 4-on-3. Oh, actually 4-on-4 situation. But NLS takes a huge shot and gets taken down by Revenge.
Caught with a grenade in hand.
Actually, B side is actually pretty open. Blame taking down Cram right there, followed by from behind, hugging the rotation backs and taking down FaZe with a pistol right there. And ZYK, ZYK had his back covered while taking down Raging. Suddenly, it's Blame all alone, and he's moving towards that B.
Good way to close it out there from Aldrin with the headshot. And I think we're looks like we might be on pace for that 6-3. Here we are heading into our 7th round. 4-2 still here. Penta does have a pretty nice little lead here if they can take these next couple of rounds. And Revenge got such a beautiful shot there to start us off last round and put Macta into a man advantage.
Right now, actually, both FaZe and Revenge have 7 kills on their side. Both members, both operators are playing good enough.
Yeah, definitely. We've definitely come to expect this from both of these operators. And last round, Revenge started us off early, and then FaZe said, "Anything you can do, I can also do better." Taking down one.
Looks like we have a rotation through that mid area to B.
Again, nice, cute little aggressive play here from Revenge, showing us that movement mechanics that are so intensive here in this Crossfire game.
Lunas is just up ahead. Revenge gets tagged a little bit quickly, wisely, and backs away.
Very aggressive peek. Doesn't quite pan out, but he doesn't pay too much for it. Does get tagged a bit. And time is winding down a little bit here, down to 1 minute.
And Raging and NLS are both stacking up on that B side, while Cram has the bomb and Bio is ready for that smoke, actually.
Yeah, could be a flash as well. Definitely going to see a lot of equipment come through here, because the B hit is definitely on here. Flash does come out from Bio. Great flash.
coming around. Aldrin able to take down Rage and LS, and NLS taking down Bio. Aldrin trading him out, and Lunas taking down Aldrin on A side. Revenge taking down Lunas also. 3-on-2 situation. FaZe getting that kill by ZYK. Getting killed by ZYK.
And we've seen that play a couple of times on this map from Macta, where they send ZYK on his own to that A site, just try to make some noise as the B site comes out to maybe confuse Penta's defense, get some mixed calls, especially with FaZe often holding that on his own as the order. Very good play there from...
FaZe does get that kill on through Aldrin right there. Great play.
And now some pressure onto Penta, as Macta has already kind of picked up the 3 rounds they need. And Penta gonna need to string 2 rounds together to get out of this.
Revenge is out there behind that smoke, and he's looking for Blame and makes the call, but unable to land that shot. And
yeah, instead it's Blame taking down ZYK. Great play from him. He might still not have much of an idea that Revenge took that shot at him as he was firing at the same time. But most likely he has an idea. The bomb is cheating over here towards this A side into a 3-on-5. Going to be very tough here for Macta to get this 4th round on the board.
Bio knows Loon's over there. Here comes the crossfire, but backs away wisely again. And looks like Bio actually is buying some time for his teammates. While looks like Revenge making a call, seeing his lane, but getting traded by NLS right there.
Yeah, and that's definitely fine for Penta there. Almost a very nice play from Revenge. At least a very good mechanical play. FaZe does take down Bio. Nice shot there from him. And Graham is onto this A site alone. He may not know that. FaZe does finally get the information out.
But gets taken down right there. And Cram looks like he's coming up. He wants to take the duel right there. And that was a smoke right there. Raging up again. Cram right there. And time's taken down for Cram.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one here for him, and Lunas is going to go ahead and close it out. And that puts us 5-3. We definitely need to see Penta win this round again, take us to that 6-3 that we look for here on the defensive side. But Macta definitely doing well here to go ahead and get the 3 necessary points. Let's see if they can't get that 4th and really put the pressure onto Penta. Here we go again. Blame not quite able to get up there yet.
That's something mechanically, like, that's not a good thing
to
see.
We've seen some players struggle with it, maybe more than expected, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. In fact, there's at the All-Star competition, which is not too far away here, the CFPL All-Star competition, which of course you guys, our international fans at home, can watch on Longzhou TV moving forward here in maybe about a month or so. There is a movement competition, a race around the map, if you will, with some very, very intricate jumps. Always fun to watch. Hopefully they will have it again this year.
And Blame making the first shot onto Aldrin right there, and here comes the execution. Raging with a double kill, taking down Bio.
Lots and lots of spam, and it does look like we are going to have that 6-3.
Revenge comes around, picking up one, but gets taken down by NLS.
Yeah, definitely, and we do see that 6-3 that we were looking for from both sides. I think both teams can be relatively pleased with that. Maybe Macta feeling a little bit like they had a chance to pick up maybe 4 or 5 rounds, but they weren't able to do it, and Penta going to feel good going into this attacking side, but certainly Macta not feeling too bad about that either. We'll see what Penta can do here moving on to this attacking side. Again,
actually, it's pretty easier to take the first round when you switch sides. And here we go. We have the match started. Penta's making some smokes right there to mid side. And was that a fail smoke or?
No, I believe that was coming from Macta across there to maybe close down phases. Ooh.
And we're seeing some person, so seeing double kill, missing that first shot. Wow.
A bit surprising. Oh, he's going to get another shot, and he doesn't manage to take that one either.
Actually, good play from Revenge. You know when he was out there, if you go out again, you're gonna get your head blown off.
Yeah, they were definitely ready for the second one, but that angle change, he definitely had a clear shot onto that box. Very uncharacteristic to see Revenge miss those shots. But luckily for Penta, he does. And it looks like we might have an injury here.
And great call from ZYK right there, taking down FaZe actually and blowing into B side, and that's a good fake. And we got the bomb planted at B side right there. Players are rotating.
And Luna's picking one way over there on that A side, and that's going to really confuse Macta here. But they should hear the bomb going down at B, and flashes are about to come out, and the retake is on.
Flank right there. Now taking down ZYK. Aldrin taking down MLS right there. Raging taking down Cram. And Aldrin comes up with a double kill, taking down Raging. 1-on-2 guys, and Blame finishes up.
Very hard retake there for, or very hard 1v2 there for Aldrin with the bomb taking down, and some really nice post-plant positions by Penta.
So as you said, and as I said, so it's pretty easier when you siege side to take the first round.
Yeah.
Because the feeling when you are playing defensive just changes, and it's gonna feel bad for Macta right
FaZe
there.
Showing another. Oh, looks like we do have an A rush here. The flashes are going to come out. ZYK is going to get that information across.
And actually, ZYK did some good tags and a good flank right there, and that's a good. That's one of the best fakes I ever seen. But looks like actually Macta didn't buy it, and ZYK is pushing up a little bit, maybe getting some kills right there. And Raging are waiting for it. Blame does pick ZYK up, and ZYK.
In the end, Penta does win the guessing game, and again, we saw a similar push from Macta on that defensive side against RU Legends, and it has yet to work out for them. I really don't like it. I'd love to see them love to see ZYK just go ahead and call out that they did back off and hold his position. Because they have no other information. He's just assuming that they're trying to make a quick rotation.
And Cram also is Aldrin with a double kill right there, but getting played by Blame right there. Cram follows up and takes out Blame, and Bio follows up, also taking FaZe down. Suddenly, a 5-on-4 situation ends up.
5-on-4. Oh yeah.
And
you're right.
and ends up in a 1-on-3.
Yep.
And Bio finishes up.
Yeah. Good. Another. An aggressive play failing from Macta, followed up by an aggressive play working very, very well. Able to go ahead and get that first round on the defensive side.
Actually, for ZYK also, he lost his life and lost his life on that map point, but he was able to get some great tags on Raging.
Tags through the smoke there from Bio, putting some good damage down on MLS and Blame. Looks like he is going to get it.
FaZe getting a great shot right there.
From Blame.
And Bio trading FaZe actually out. That's a good trade for Penta right there. We are on a 4-3 situation right here, with Penta getting that upper hand, and they got the better score on the board right there. If Penta plays this out, this can give him a huge advantage on this round right here.
Yeah, if they can pick this round up, Revenge taking. We've seen this go horribly wrong in the past.
Gets the first shot, he loses the first shot, and wisely he backs away, and that's what you want. And he's going for that boxes, I believe. And sometimes that's a good choice, but I think Penta should have been going to bat B side when that op's down, because FaZe's down, and you don't have a good upper to get Revenge down, and you're getting a great flash from there. Blame taking down Revenge.
Yeah, look for a second there like
Wow. Just wow.
And that's an important round win there for Penta. Now Macta definitely going to feel the pressure sitting at 8-4. And looks like we might be headed to 2-1 here from Penta and Macta. Of course.
And there was a frag missing right there, maybe hurting themselves a bit, but Raging wasn't. It's a 4-on-4, but looks like Macta getting worked up with getting some FaZe coming up with a double kill right there, taking down Aldrin and ZYK. Revenge takes down FaZe also, but Bio follows up, taking down Blame. And suddenly it's a 2-on-2, and the bombs rotating to B sides, and looks like they got a 1-on-1 tactic right there. Revenge seeing that shot, but unable to take him down, and Bio comes around and fails that flash. not the best time to fail that fresh right there. Bomb does goes down on B side, and Ellison and Region are both playing a little bit aggressively right there. And coming out.
Yeah.
For a
NLS
second, actually, that could have ended up pretty badly for Penta right there.
Yeah, they did line up a bit for him. If he had been able to get a couple of nice headshots there, could have taken that round back for Macta.
We're on map point for Penta right there, and it's a 5-point ahead for Macta. They need to win at least 5 in a row, and Revenge comes up with an up kill right there, taking down Regain, but Blaine was able to trade the Revenge right there. Lunas getting a kill to ZFK.
And that's the second time we've seen Penta show a lot of aggression towards that A site and then switch it up. This time it works a lot better as they catch someone on that rotation through mid. And it looks like they are going to head back towards A.
Yeah. They got a good information. They're landing those frags and those flashes in the best position right there. And Bio gets a nice flash right there. But Bio plays well and gets Endless down. And Aldrin follows up, taking down Endless. But Blame does make Bio pay for it. Aldrin coming up with a double kill. Suddenly it's a 1-on-2 situation. And Cram getting taken down by FaZe right there. It's a 1-on-1 and looks like FaZe has no idea where's Aldrin. Aldrin is smartly playing on those bugs, coming around, and we have a mouse and pick. So they both see each other right there. They are both low on health and making those picks, and Aldrin wins the duel right there.
Yeah, very, very interesting round. Definitely very back and forth, looking like Penta's going to win it. And then great play by Macta to turn it into a 3-on-3 all of a sudden. And then 1-on-1, both 50% HP, and just Aldrin winning that duel. Still going to be tough for Macta to do here. Going to need 4 more points to push this into overtime, but
again, we have here Macta playing the 2-1-2 tactics, putting 2 on both sides and 1 at mid available for rotations right there. And looks like Blame gets an early tag on himself.
Yeah, Ragin with that bomb is floating over towards this B site. We might see something pretty early come out on here. I don't think it's a bad call.
Come around, FaZe has moved up a little bit, making some noises over there. Bio taking down FaZe right there. Then Blames follows up, but Aldrin getting FaZe down. That's a big A, goes very bad right there. Also doesn't end up good at B side. Ragin is not gonna able to get that bomb down very soon and comes up with a double kill. Suddenly it's doable for him, and Bio comes around. Revenge coming from behind. Luna's taking down Revenge and Ragin. Wow, these 2 men are on fire. Hitting like what? They killed all of them in just a sudden.
Yeah, very good awareness there, closing out Revenge on that flank. And anytime you see Ragin.
And Ragin making the play on the last round right there.
Yeah, he just, anytime that Ragin is alive, there's always chance for magic out of this Penta side, and just having some really good 10-5 was our final score here, I believe. And that's going to put us 2-1, Penta over Macta. And looking towards this Mexico map, just like we favored Penta on this port map, I do favor Macta on this Mexico map. And then the big question mark moving into our fifth and final map, if Macta is able to pick up Mexico, is Ankara.
So, Penta.
And we have heard, like you were saying, that they've been practicing with, that Penta had been practicing with VG a lot on that Ankara map, so maybe if we could see some improvement.
Yeah, we'll definitely see some improvement, but, well, is that improvement enough, actually? Because you can get improved a lot in 7 days, but is it enough for someone has playing that on that map for at least 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing on it for a long time, and I agree, only a week to try and patch up that map pool. Yeah, you definitely feel like Penta's going to need to steal a map here on either Mexico or Ankara. Definitely doable.
Definitely doable, of course. So next round, we're going on to Mexico. As I said, yesterday, actually, Macta banned Mexico. So maybe they're having some issues on that map, but maybe it isn't an issue onto Penta right there because they were playing against AG. And
Yeah. I'm definitely more scared of AG on
Mm-hmm.
Mexico than I am of Penta.
Yeah, that's for sure right there. So right now we're going to next map, which is Mexico. We're gonna have a 5 minutes break, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ask a little bit questions from both teams right there.
Yeah, I think for me, both teams going to have a lot of pressure on them coming into this fourth map
So-
because, you know, if you
Macta-
lose one as Macta, it's over.
Yeah,
But Penta has to know that these are two strong maps for
for
Macta.
Macta, of course. So on paper, the favor actually is rolling a bit to Macta right now. If they can win next map, they definitely have a better chance on winning the last map, which is Ankara. So right now, if I were Penta, I want that next map badly, pretty badly. I'm gonna actually obviously first of all, obviously, and if it is a poker game, I'm all in for that next round.
Yeah, I think Mexico is one of those maps that anybody can win on any given day, and we'll get to see it right after this break here. Don't go away.
一项划时代产品。
我们生电公司研制的新型保健品给力神，能够显著改善人体机能，提高身体免疫力，具有提神醒脑、抗衰老、活血美容、胃口好的神奇功效。
以前我老婆嫌我快，在家一直抬不起头，用了给力神，整个人自信多了。这不，今年我还报名参加了奥运会的短跑项目呢。
我以前体弱多病，在学校老被欺负。自从用了给力神之后，你猜咋的？我现在已经是我们那片的扛把子了。红爷说的就是我啊！
我以前是个演员，演艺圈潜规则你应该知道的。自从用了给力神，再也没有禽兽导演敢白占我便宜了，戏路慢慢也宽了。这不，最近《生化危机》《行尸走肉》剧组都高价请我去演呢。
一个伟大的理想。
给力神不仅能净化人类，还能让人类拥有统一意志，这才是真正的人类补完计划呀！嘿嘿嘿嘿嘿嘿嘿，哈哈哈哈哈哈哈！
两个捣乱集团。
既然深电集团和潜伏者有渊源，那就让